Welcome everyone, this is Honest Restart, and this time we're talking about Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and a potential Final Smash update at E3 2021. We know we're getting a Nintendo Direct on June 15th, this has already been confirmed, and if we look at the history of Nintendo Directs, especially E3 Directs, there's usually at least one Smash character reveal. So, are we going to get one this time around? Probably, but could we get more? At E3 2019 we got two, and there are just two more characters left for the Fighters Pass. Could this be it? Could this be the Final Smash update? That's what we're going to be talking about today. Now before we jump into things, let me very quickly talk about my social media. You may see a few different things here on screen. You can check that all out. It's linked in the description below. And of course, if you like what you're seeing here, you can subscribe. Something that I think is worth considering going into E3 2021 when it comes to potential Smash announcements is the most recent Sakurai Famitsu Column. The entire theme of this column is about Sakurai concluding his work. He talks about potentially an early retirement, he talks about enjoying his free time, potentially wanting more, and he talks about how there are just two more characters left for the Fighters Pass, and that this maybe could be the end for the Smash Ultimate DLC. Now it's not officially confirmed that there won't be any more updates beyond the Fighters Pass, but there is a big theme of finality here and eventually moving on. Now to be clear, Sakurai isn't saying he's going to retire immediately after Smash Bros. He does say that he'll be doing more game work afterwards, but he is talking about how he is reaching the end of his career and he's thinking about how he's going to bring it all to a close. There is a theme of finality here. So with this in mind, it does get me thinking about the Final Smash update. Could we see the final two characters revealed at this Direct and it could potentially be the big Final Smash update? Well, I'll just tell you, probably not. The Final Smash update won't be at E3 2021. Why? Well, one, there's a chance that we just get one character and there still be one more left in the Fighters Pass. But even if we do get two, we're not going to get the last Sakurai Presents showing off two different characters all at one point at E3. That's going to be treated a little bit differently. At least that's how all of the other Sakurai Presents have sort of suggested. So for example, back at E3 2019, we did get two character reveals, Hero and then Banjo and Kazooie. Hero, we got a Sakurai Presents shortly after the E3 event then, but then Banjo-Kazooie came out a few months later. So conceivably, we do get two character reveals at this E3. It could be the final two character reveals, but there will still be a couple Sakurai Presents, and during the Sakurai Presents, we do sometimes get a little bit of extra new information, perhaps some other Mii costume updates, perhaps a mode update. That's all still conceivable. So perhaps we go into this E3 Direct, it starts off with a big character reveal, and towards the latter half they have another, and we get one Sakurai Presents sometime towards the end of June, and then the other comes a few months later, and in that final Sakurai Presents, perhaps they tell us something else, perhaps a new mode, perhaps some quality of life updates, something along those lines is totally possible. But I think the ultimate point I'm trying to make here is that while it's possible we could get the final big character reveals at this E3, it will not be the last time we get information for Smash Bros. Because the way they sort of treated all the character reveals, there's a Sakurai Presents that follows afterwards, and there's one individual Sakurai Presents for each character, and we still have two. So the final Smash update probably will not be happening at E3 2021. But there is a chance we do get the final reveals, and perhaps they want to go out on a bang. This could be the biggest show, the biggest spotlight, or the last remaining huge spotlight for Smash Bros. Because even if we only get one character reveal at E3, the next one's probably going to be like in a September Nintendo Direct. So if that's the case, this one at E3, where there's going to be a lot of eyes on Nintendo, the final big presentation for E3, on the E3 that's following up the year where there was none, they may want to go out with a bang here. There may be something huge. So what could that be? What kind of character would make sense there? Well, one that certainly a lot of people are speculating would be Master Chief. Now, I'm skeptical of Master Chief because we already got Banjo-Kazooie and we got Minecraft Steve and Alex. Those are two technically owned Microsoft characters already added to Smash Bros. For them to get another, that would be a lot. But at the same time, there has been this big sort of tease going on about a relationship, a collaboration between Nintendo and Microsoft. They've been partnering for a while already, but it seems like something even bigger is being teased. We have repeatedly seen the Nintendo Switch in the background for multiple official Microsoft streams. Some social media accounts have made allusions to some sort of partnership as well. It seems like something is coming. But what is that something? A lot of people speculated that it could be a big Master Chief reveal for Smash Bros., which would make sense for Microsoft because it could actually go a long ways towards marketing Halo Infinite, which is coming out supposedly later this year. So it kind of makes sense from that perspective, but at the same time, 3 Microsoft characters in Smash Bros. And does Microsoft really want Master Chief of all the characters to be in there? That's like their biggest franchise characters, so I'm not entirely sure there. And at the same time, as big as Master Chief would be in Smash Bros., is that what they're really teasing here? I don't think so. I think it's something a little bit beyond that. I think it could potentially be something along the lines of an xCloud or a Game Pass, or more of a collaborative effort in terms of software coming. Maybe a Master Chief collection, maybe a Banjo-Kazooie or Rare Replay port, something along those lines. Maybe it's a series of games here. Now I'll tell you, if we are getting some sort of Halo ports coming to Switch, having Master Chief added to Smash Bros. Would definitely make even more sense then, because then it acquaints more Nintendo fans to the Halo franchise, and perhaps they'll be more willing to buy the Halo games on Switch, which thus will create even more publicity for Halo Infinite coming out for Xbox Series X and S later this year. So it's a possibility, but it's just one of many, many possibilities here. If I were to predict a character to be shown off at E3, all I really feel like predicting right now is that it makes sense for it to be a third-party character simply because of the huge spotlight that E3 brings. So maybe we do see some sort of big third-party character. Could be Master Chief, could be something else. Perhaps Crash Bandicoot, perhaps Rayman. Those are other characters that I think would be very fitting, that deserve to be in there. So I'm going to stay consistent with the predictions I've brought up over the last months and say that either Crash or Rayman have a pretty good bet to be announced at E3, but of course, there are so many possibilities, there's a really good chance that it's not any of the characters that have been mentioned in this video. But that's assuming we get one character reveal. We could potentially get 2. Now, I've been of the frame of mind they'll be getting 3 Nintendo characters and 3 third-party characters for the 6 characters in Fighters Pass Volume 2. We recently got Pyra and Mithra, so I feel like they're probably going to follow up this next character with a third-party character, and then afterwards, for the final character, it will be a Nintendo character, which would be a nice way to close out the pass, because at the end of the day, this is a DLC pack for a Nintendo fighting game. So I think that would be a nice way to end the pass, and conceivably they could show it off at E3. It could be the last big reveal. Although I gotta tell you, in my opinion, I feel like what's gonna be the final thing to show off in this E3 Direct is gonna have a lot more to do with Zelda. I think Breath of the Wild 2 is gonna be closing out the show. But like E3 2019, technically the final Smash reveal, or that second Smash reveal, wasn't the last thing, it was the second to last thing. So conceivably, maybe they could reveal a Zelda character coming to Smash Bros. For the Zelda 35th anniversary as the final character for the Fighters Pass, and then that sort of bleeds into Breath of the Wild 2, we get a nice big trailer, and then after that we see a whole bunch of treehouse footage for Breath of the Wild 2. That is totally possible, it makes a lot of sense. I think there is a decent chance Nintendo talks about the Zelda 35th anniversary to some extent here, and having an actual Zelda character added for the anniversary certainly would be quite fitting. But I guess the ultimate point I want to get at here is that while I think it's totally possible we get 2 character reveals at E3 this time around, it's also totally possible that we don't. Perhaps they simply focus on Zelda for the final bit of the Direct, and that Zelda stuff does not include a Smash character. But it's also worth noting that even if we do get a whole bunch of Zelda anniversary stuff now, they could still, a few months down the road, announce a Zelda character for the final character for the Smash DLC, and it could still be celebratory of the anniversary. It doesn't all have to happen right now. It's definitely something I'm keeping my eyes peeled for, but if I had to make a bet, if I had to make a prediction, I'm going to predict just 1 Smash character this time around. I'd love to be wrong, because again, E3 2019, I predicted 2, I was right about that, that was exciting. We got Hero and Banjo-Kazooie, that was some crazy cool stuff. But I think now that we are coming close to a close for the Fighters Pass, Nintendo and the Smash team and Sakurai want to space it out just a little bit more and allow other things to take the spotlight. There's a lot going on right now. We have the whole Zelda anniversary thing with Breath of the Wild 2 and other things. There is potentially Donkey Kong and Pokemon and Metroid and Fire Emblem and Pikmin and Kirby. There's so much potential other games that could get the spotlight here. It doesn't all have to be about Smash Brothers. So I'm thinking just 1 character in this Direct, but again, we'll see what happens. And I do think later this year, we will be getting some sort of final special Smash update. Not entirely sure what that is yet. Maybe we get a bonus character, maybe it's just some quality of life updates with the final Sakurai Presents. We shall see. It's just something I'm keeping in mind as we approach the end for the Fighters Pass. We'll see what happens though. I'm super excited for E3 2021. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, but that's all for now. This is Honest Restart. Thank you so much for listening and watching, and I'll see you all really soon. Take care.